So I'm Dan.
I'm Nick, folks.
We are
Together we are. They form
the
this
most
one
powerful
group.
duo known to man.
It's a super group, gang. You
Yeah.
all know it. We're the Unpanners.
Unpanderers.
That's
We
right, folks. If
purposely
you're watching,
try to screw us up.
you're an unper.
Yep.
You know, an unper. You're an unper. Right
Right
up
there.
there. Is it not down here anymore? Where's
Unpanders.
it both?
There's
Both. Good, good,
both.
good, good.
Some people are
Folks,
not. They're cross-eyed in the vertical direction, so it's hard to see.
well, we take our job very seriously here.
Mm.
Incredibly seriously. I hope that didn't pop the filter. And I
Yeah.
hope that didn't pop your brains, folks. Woo! Things are about to get crazy here. And before they do get crazy here,
Somebody just got pulled over by a cop because they heard. I heard a beer opening in your car.
in
No,
your
podcast.
podcast.
It was a podcast.
Oh, the Unpers.
Oh, I listen.
Guys,
Yeah.
big fan. Are you listening to the Colors episode? Oh, spoiler alert. We are. Woo! Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So, real quick precursor, though,
Mhm.
if you're driving.
Be wary. Be careful.
If you're driving,
Windows up.
I did not mix that properly.
That's terrible.
If
Where's
you're
your straw?
driving.
You need your straw.
I drank the last straw the other night. I was so upset.
You don't clean your straws out and reuse them?
No, and get this. I asked someone who I live with upstairs, I said, do we have any more straws? And she said, no, you drink them all the time for your podcast. And I said, yeah, but we don't have any more. And she's like, what do you think we have? A secret room with all these multicolored straws laying around? Did you take the last one? I said, yeah, the last one in the cup. Well, and I was
What do
like,
you expect?
I was defeated.
That's
But
the trick is
I was going to say, before we get any further,
oh,
I do want to say,
there's a closet full of straws back there.
no, I wish. I would use 10 at once right now. I'd be balling out. I was trying to get to our disclaimer.
Mm.
Anything we say here is not expressed written consent, opinion, or opinion therein, or truth. What we're saying is all lies. You can't use it in court.
Yeah.
This is, I get worse at this every time. You can't disseminate our opinions.
Yeah,
You can't disseminate
can disseminate the good stuff. The bad
Okay.
stuff, you can't say it's from us.
Mhm. It's not. We're discrediting it and our employers.
And there's a threshold you have to meet. You have to be 18 or older.
Oh, good catch. I almost missed up on. Imagine a bunch of 15-year-olds were watching. Ooh,
Oh,
goodness
that's
gracious.
awkward.
Legal quandary. Although, of note, in Alabama, that's like legal age, isn't it? 15? Especially if you're a senator.
Yeah. If your last name is Wiener.
Mm-mm.
Oh, there's a new one? There's a new senator?
Oh my goodness, this guy. You don't live with the rage every day.
Oh, no. I
The
don't.
latest rage is there's a senator who, a girl came forward and said that she was trying to date. He kept trying to date her. It was like real pushy. He was sexually advanced. He was like touchy. He was like whatever. So he came out and said, well, yes, she was 14, but I had her parents' permission or something. This is his argument. It's not, no, I didn't do it. This is a lie. It's, well, I think I did, but I had her mom's permission.
I make sure they
And-
fill out these consent
And
forms
he's
before I
and he's
proceed.
still a senator. It's the most baffling thing I've ever heard.
Well, there's so many things coming out now about people doing what? It's just like
Oh, sexual harassment.
all over
What's
the
the
place.
is that a South Park thing? Sexual harassment panda?
I think it is the panda.
They need to bring that back. Just start teaching people right and wrong, or black and white,
I forget.
but not black and white people. Black and white, as in right and wrong.
Right and wrong is the panda.
Either color representing either one.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. I have a tongue twister.
Sure, hit it.
I hope all the people under 18 already turned away. It's a little sexual in nature. I mixed that drink so poorly, I was just swallowing.
The sad thing is that has happened in real life where a guy will make like the weird noise and you're just like the group just slowly pulls back and disperses. He's left in the middle.
Say this one along, folks at home, and if you can say it, we will literally send you $1 worth of nerds. You got to pay for shipping and handling, though.
Yeah, and they're not going to be sealed in a bag or anything. They'll just be loose.
I want someone to win so bad.
It'll be in a box filled with other peanuts. It's so hard to eat.
7 sexy singles slithered lasciviously in the summer sea.
7 sexy singles slithered
lasciviously. What's the word?
Slutty 7th sea.
Lasciviously in the summer sea. Just summer sea. It's not sexual. That's. Say that one several times.
I'd rather not. Sexy.
I know.
I can't even remember what it was. 7 sexy singles slathered.
Sunburns.
I don't know.
Slithered their sunburns asses in the summer sea.
The problem is I can't visualize it. I can kind of see it, but then it has too many pieces. It's fragments.
You mean the word I can't pronounce? Or pronounce?
Yeah, maybe that's the hard part, is because you couldn't pronounce your own tongue twister that I couldn't.
Couldn't follow along with it. Kind of ruined it before it started.
That's like someone playing an instrument and they're like, just follow me, and then they screw up midway and they're like, oh, wait, let me just restart.
Do it better. You know what I'm trying to, the A is switch to, real quick. Just do it quicker and better. Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, sure.
Well, we did our 2. We're off the rails. We can do whatever the H-bomb we want.
So there's some clarifications from last time.
Oh, I have one too, but go ahead.
Okay, so
mine's pretty big.
There was a movie that we referenced that really bothered me because it's so shitty.
Yeah, you never said the name of it.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of it now. I wish I did. Maybe next time I'll remember what
the correction.
Interstellar. No. It was Interstellar.
There was another one. It was Interstellar, the one we never figured out. But there was another one. I thought Kevin Costner was in that bothered you or
Postman? Waterworld?
No, it wasn't Waterworld. I've never Postman.
Robin Hood. I got his filmography. I just keep going.
No, please do not do that.
You could say any movie he was in, he plays the same character.
He kind of does. He plays himself.
Yeah.
There are a lot of actors like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, I'm sick of it because a lot of them sexually harass women. Am I right?
Yeah. Time for Kevin Spacey to get out of the White House.
Need some new blood.
Just like the other previous presidents who wrote people.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Let's move on to the Smirker Smile because mine's not good, but it's happy for me, I guess.
I've got a nice one.
Yeah. Okay, mine's pretty boring, but it is exciting to me.
Okay, you give me your excitement then.
That's it.
Be like a
so I got something in the mail today. It's this.
Oh wow! Is it a colored piece for your original? Oh, it's an earbud thing that makes it so it doesn't fall out.
No, I've had that. Those
are the ones you left.
I left the hotel. Yeah, dog. And on top of that, they were $130, and I have a scam where I buy Best Buy insurance for them, and if they don't last 2 years, I get my money back.
Oh,
in Best Buy. And have you ever had a pair of headphones that lasted 2 full years?
I mean, do you have to physically have them in your possession to say?
Yeah, I keep the box. You can't lose them. They can't get like ripped in half as long as they die. But every pair I've ever had dies eventually.
That's weird. Because I've never had a pair of headphones die. I've had these for, oh my god, these are like 10 years old.
Yeah, but I use them as daily users. Like mine probably get 4 hours of use a day.
Yeah,
6 days a week.
And your ears are pretty rough, pretty shoddy ears.
You don't have to listen to crazy volumes. Jeez, tell this guy.
Mine are pristine.
I can't hear you. I can't hear. I think he's saying. Well, let me turn the volume up way higher.
Yeah.
Anyway, not only did I get them back, I found out that on that Best Buy receipt, they are covered. So I'm going to get free Best Buy money when they die, and I got like 8 months. I can't see them lasting 8 months. I just better not lose them. Oh, and a little thing called a USB-C adapter.
It shouldn't be needed.
It shouldn't be. You know all the new phones, they
Bluetooth it.
Yeah. But this lets me plug it in. I mean, it's a dongle. Who needs a dongle? Well, I do.
How much did that dongle cost you?
It came with the phone, but it would usually cost $10 to $15. So.
Sure.
Remind you of anything? The USB-C dongle.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. Anyway, I'm excited. I got my dongle.
You're back.
Got my headphones back.
Nice.
Feels so good. Back in the zone, folks.
When I was a little kid, I left my pillow, my favorite pillow, in a hotel room. And never
Can you imagine it's getting plowed by a bunch of sweaty guys right now?
Yeah. Just a room full of dudes just sleeping on my pillow. 30 years later.
I found this pillow in 14C.
Have you
want to take turns plowing it? I guess.
Oh no! Oh no!
Probably some kid's pillow. What?
There was I think it's a Netflix cartoon called Big Mouth, and one of the lady loves to the teenage boy is a pillow. So
Interesting. You think that's a commentary on the Japanese waifu pillow, which we've referenced before?
that might be actually. Huh. They deconstructed the waifu into a regular pillow, which is less sexy.
And made it a character.
Yeah.
Which is sexy in a way.
Sort of. I'm just gonna write that down.
Waifu.
Waifu.
Don't
I'm not gonna. I'm not writing it down. What are you talking about? So I got a separate smirker smile. That's not the waifu. So last week I was sick. So I was home. My wife comes home and it was bath night for the kiddo. So usually the routine is
a month, right?
Yeah.
So you guys are doing?
Yeah.
Good. Gotta keep them clean. You start
until I can smell them, and then so she jumps in the bathtub. I wait 15 minutes. I bring him in. They do a little bath time stuff, and then she gets out and I jump in. And I was sick, so I was like, I need to get all this stuff off of me, and I need to get warmed up because I felt got all the sickness all over me.
You get the mucus. Everything's hanging in your face, your head. I gotcha.
So she jumps out, and he's sitting in there, and I'm just watching him, and I'm about ready to get in. And and he's sitting over there, and just bloop, right in the tub.
You got a bathtub poop?
Yeah.
Oh, they're the worst, dude.
So I was looking
at it. Don't do it. Did it when it happened? Did it like become impossibly big? Where you're like, I didn't know you could poop like that.
Giving birth to a baby in water somehow it's easier.
A little bit. I don't know how to
explain it. There's no air resistance.
It's the only my kid had one bathtub poop and he was around 2 or so and he never done it before and all of a sudden he's sitting in there. He hadn't pooped for 4 days and he's got some bubbles going. Smelled like a fart and I thought that's weird. And then just like this impossibly long turd just came out and I was like, no. And I. Like
Rainbow Road.
Your urge is to grab it and put it in the toilet, but you can't. And now it's like, so luckily it wasn't while she was still in there. Good Lord.
Yeah, luckily. So I was sitting there watching. I was like looking at it. It was, I really want to take a bath. So it was a hard one. It was a solid poop. So I was analyzing
Push to the side and get in there. Not gonna get me. I can clean up a little bit. I scooped it up with
my hand and put it in the toilet.
Did you? It worked?
Yeah, I jumped in the bathtub afterwards and.
You did.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, dude, it's still in there.
It was together. The
podcast officially split sides. I'm not doing that. I don't care. Yeah. It had to be real hard, dude. I'm talking a rock.
It was pretty solid. He gave some effort on that one. He compacted it. It's like a neutrino.
It's the first piece to go today.
You're done.
I'm done with that. Listen, I got 3 pieces of clothing on today that are coming off. One just came off. I got this still. I look good.
I feel so good. I had to get that off my chest like a Cleveland steamer. Oh my.
Because we're on. I never got to put mine in, and I have to change subjects because I can't do bathtub poops.
You can't
do. Dan did his correction. I actually made a mistake. In the last episode, we were playing and referencing some things and some villains and some famous villains, and we came across Viggo of Carpathia. I offhand remarked how he was born in 1506.
Nope.
Right, I was way off. 1505, died in 1610. I also said he was stabbed, shot, hung, stretched, disemboweled, drawn, and quartered. Incorrect. He was poisoned, stabbed, shot, hung, stretched, disemboweled, drawn, and quartered.
Yeah, not many
when
people
he
know
died in 105. No, a lot of people know. I was getting emails, text alerts. People were calling me an idiot, a moron, a jackass. It got offensive. I had to turn off my notifications. So, came clean, folks. Viggo. Born 1505, died 1610, not of old age, and poisoned. I forgot.
Poisoned too. Yeah, I should have caught you on that one. I don't know how I let it slip. It's a tough one. Sometimes you just.
Well, it's tough when you're playing the game too. I mean, we were playing the game. It was like we're really engaged at the time. So.
Yeah. That was pretty good. That was nice. Do you have anything you'd like to know about me, other than bathe in my son's turds?
I do want to say a couple things.
Sure.
We could do a scenario.
Oh, you have a scenario?
This one's specific to you.
Okay. No.
It was not bad. This one, I took it easy on you tonight. I figured we've got a lot of meat to get into. I like to get my teeth in there and really just grip that meat and just tear into that meat. You know, it's just that's what we call
almost. Okay, let me see if this is what.
Okay, go ahead. This is nothing. If you had to podcast and do the unpanders, and I wasn't available, but it had to be someone you could realistically do it with. You can't pick Joe Rogan or the President of the United States, or if you had to pick someone else, who would it be?
I'm gonna pick someone that we both know because I think
that's fine. I don't know. I'm just curious.
I'd probably do it with Mike.
Mike, I know Mike. You know what's funny? Mike's in a group text for the band, right? The text blows up like once every 2 weeks, and we're really bad. Like sometimes we won't even respond to each other. But then, like 2, 3 in a row go by, you have to respond.
Is he team leader?
Right. Well, team leader. Team leader Ryan. He's always pushing stuff in there, and we LOL. You throw an LOL out there, it's covered. You're good for like 6 weeks. Like, you know what I mean? Mike, your podcast buddy. I don't think he's written anything in the group text in like 3 months. He might be dead for all we know. So then there's like a big one. Like my buddy told Gavin Harrison play drums live with King Crimson. It's like a really big deal. And then he mentioned the drummers. And he mentioned the drums. And I was like, oh, Mike has to respond here. What's he going to do? Mm-hmm. He threw out the penis little imagery. Yeah, the penis symbol. Like the 8.
Number 8 and the equals.
And the D. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that was it. That's the only thing I've heard from Mike in like 3 months.
Very eloquent.
He didn't follow it up, but I know he's alive. I just anyway. How would you feel if I told you me and Mike were doing a podcast?
I'd be very upset. I'd be extremely upset.
What if we did and we became like pretty popular? People were like, "These guys are just funny." Would you actively root against us so bad? But like secret, but openly be like, "Good job, guys."
That's okay.
Good job, guys.
Your fame's gonna somehow come back to us. Since you're half of the group, maybe.
Well, what if I left this one though? Oh, I like that. Man, he was so hurt. I'm not leaving the podcast. I was just, jeez.
Man, that would be painful.
Well, if you did a podcast with someone who I knew,
it was more popular.
I'd be like. I'd openly root for you guys, but then secretly hope it failed miserably.
At that point, you might as well just combine them and make them.
You're trying to get in on our sweet gravy, huh? Yeah. We have to pull you aside. Dan, the podcast it doesn't work with you. It's you. Sorry to bring them down, guys. I really was just seeing if you were
We're having a good podcast here and just ruined.
Mm-hmm. Well, I apologize. Back to the best podcast on Earth.
On Earth, yeah.
Unpanders.
And even outside Earth, because radio waves they keep going.
Yeah, but we don't know if there's a better one, though.
In the universe, that might be tough. The aliens might have one.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? So I have a scenario for you, which is an actual scenario that happened to a guy in a movie called 127 Hours.
Mm-hmm.
If you had your limb...
James Franco?
Yep. Sorry, but he was a cameo, essentially, in his own movie.
I don't like James Franco. I don't hate him. I think he's... do you think he's... I get the impression that he is on the know.
That he's high?
Like he knows he's part of the joke.
Maybe, yeah. Well,
I don't think he's oblivious and he thinks he's cool and he thinks he's awesome and he's like, I think he knows limitations and but I think he gets the joke. Then he is the joke. Like, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think. I could be wrong. I could be total douche. I don't know.
I mean, if you're...
But anyway, I didn't... Right, good point. So, I didn't see the movie, but I do know the premise. And what does he have to solve? Leg or arm? Or?
I think it's an arm. So, I think it's like...
What does he have to use?
He has like a pocket knife, I think, to cut through his own arm. Even the bone.
Does that work?
I would say, I think so. I think metal will cut through bone.
No, it will, but wouldn't you pass out or lose too much blood
Well,
or
I
something?
think he was there for so long that he passed out and woke up again. And like if you have a tourniquet on, it's not going to kill you. It's going to be extremely painful, and I think the body reacts and shuts you down.
Nah, I'm not much of a go-getter. I'd probably just die.
just, just yeah, I'm fine. Just let me go.
Which
Somebody.
hand? Which hand is it? I need to know.
One final hurrah. You give me,
One? You kidding me?
someone's gonna find
127
your
hours?
corpse.
127 hours?
Yeah,
You're gonna find my corpse covered in a film.
yeah. We're just gonna clean this off of him before we pick him up. No one wants to see him. He got like crust.
Does
he didn't.
millions of
He
years
didn't want to
pass
see his
and
own death.
aliens uncover this, it's preserved perfectly in this strange fluid liquid.
They
uh,
reincarnate you, and you're like, yeah, I knew that would happen.
yeah, I just keep myself alive in these viscous fluids. Viscous.
It's one of those tanks where they have the little breather on and they're floating. Except it's like you can't see him until he puts his hand on the glass because it's so thick.
What do you want from us? Ah.
He's just. Oh. Well, okay, that went in a.
Went there pretty early. You went there pretty early into the podcast.
Wow.
Usually it takes an hour.
Yeah. Woo!
That's
a good start. That's a good start.
It is time for one of our
Mm.
time-honored traditions. People always stop me in the street. Oh my God, are you guys gonna do it again? Are you gonna do it again? And I'm always like, shh. What are we gonna do?
Is it
Celebrity Challenge!
Yeah. All right.
Holy shit! Excuse my language. I get so excited. I get
Getting
pumped.
really excited.
So much flowing through my veins right now.
Oh man, I suppose you have one locked and ready to go.
I do. James Vanderbeek, big hunk from the '90s. Hillary Duff, big TV star from the '90s.
Yeah.
What if the both of them did a little something against us called the Piss Bucket Challenge? Huh? It's an all-night event. We just fill up and gorge ourselves in liquid and fill 1 5-gallon bucket with piss. And we draw a line, and whoever can get there first. Well, okay.
It's a lot of work.
I thought of that. And I thought it might not be appropriate because I want to do it at YMCA because I think we should raise money for kids.
So
I said,
water to swim
in. No, we're raising money, not piss. I mean, we're raising piss, but if it was too inappropriate because of all the children that we're going to ask to attend, I'm talking like age 5, 7, 9, everybody. I want all the camp. I want the kids to come together, underprivileged kids. I want to raise money.
Mm-hmm.
I thought if the piss bucket challenge didn't work, we could do solo cup stacking instead.
Yeah, I was going to go with accuracy, but you picked a man and a woman, so I think
That's not fair.
Yeah, that would not be fair.
So we'll just do solo cup stacking.
All right.
Boom.
Fine.
You know,
I'm going to bring my celebrity challenge to the mix.
Oh, I think it's better.
So yeah, I want to see how it compares because I want to challenge Haley Joel Osment and Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
Oh,
Keeps what?
No. Oh no, he's got somebody talking
Okay.
in his other ear.
Tell him.
Unimportant.
No. Let me say goodnight to my kid.
Oh, okay.
He's ruining the podcast, but he'll know in the future. I'm just going to say goodnight. You tell him the celebrity challenge, make a joke
Ruined my
about
life.
me and everything. Right back.
He's almost got this disruptive thing going on. Can't get his shit together. I'm an hour behind him, and I don't have any of these issues. I know how to control my family so they go to sleep when I need them to. It's called drugs. Very useful. Very useful. No, I wouldn't do that. Sure, his son is up there, jumping on the bed, pretending to fall asleep. Oh no, what if they get older and they're just unwieldy? My son in the next room is going to wake up and I won't be able to do anything. He'll be knocking on the door. It'll be the same scenario except there's no wife or girlfriend involved. It'll just be him. I have to put a lock on the door, keep him in his bedroom. That's going to be weird. So, what's everybody doing tonight? I'm feeling pretty good. Last podcast, we didn't really talk that much. We're playing Destiny 2. You should check it out. I think it's a pretty interesting game. The first 8 hours or so don't make any sense. There's a storyline that I don't care about. They make you wait to do things that are entertaining. It's just boring. But when you do finish, it's pretty fantastic. It starts to hype up and it gets ramped up. We're going to do another episode after this one, maybe on Thursday night. Hope to see you again here on the Unpanderers. And I think I successfully filled the void that Nick has left in the wake of his child waking up in the middle of the podcast.
He's sick, so, he was asking for his father. I'm his favorite person in the world. How wonderful.
It's pretty easy being the favorite parent. I don't know why.
No, it's not.
It's all the time involved and the love. There's so much love. They get siphoned out of you.
It's siphoned pretty hard. Was your celebrity challenge any good?
Yes. Haley Joel Osment.
I listened to it. No. Oh, okay. Did you tell everyone?
I didn't tell everybody. I have to share it with you. You have to give me honest
awesome.
feedback.
Thank you. Wow. I thought I was going to be in the dark. I was going to be like, yeah, I agree with him.
Yeah, sure. Haley Joel
really
Osment. That name is great, but he's gone now. In the acting world.
Oh, I was like, he's still alive, right? He was like 8 when he quit.
Yeah, and Macaulay Culkin. I'm challenging them to paint a picture of the happiest moment in their life, and then we're gonna judge who did it better.
Who's happier, or who was happier? Who should judge who was happier?
Who was happier? So based on their current self and the picture that they painted, whoever was happier back then, they're gonna win.
I like it. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I wonder who can draw a more happy representation of everything,
Let's draw a bright yellow sun.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll be standing next to their painting looking depressed. Sad that their acting careers are now over.
Sad and bearded. And you think either of those guys has buku money?
I'm pretty sure they both. I mean, how do you not... You get
know.
folded in like a trust fund that you don't touch and then blow on cocaine and hookers when you get of age?
I don't know.
That sounds fantastic. I wish I had wasted all my money on that.
It'd be a fun little while, I guess, I don't know.
Just ask many famous comedians.
Hmm.
Dave Chappelle, pretty sure.
Yeah, that's probably what happened to him. We won't know for sure. Do you have a word of the day, which will lead us to the next area?
Oh, decimate. I do have the word of the day.
Go ahead.
So decimate. So that's like destroying a lot of people, right?
I said this in our last podcast.
Yeah. I didn't.
I used the term. You
said demolish.
I thought I said decimate. But
no, we're gonna have to look back on the tape. I'm gonna use it as clarification. Right now, you said demolish. So decimate is literally that you take every 10th person and you kill them.
Really?
Because it's a decimal point.
Dessa.
So by decimating a population, you're just like having all of the people that you conquered. Every 10th person, you're just like, oh, you're number 10. You're done.
Wow. It's pretty dark.
Yeah. The darkest part is that like the Mongols would do something much, much more awful by eating the person too.
Really?
So as a people, I would not like to be decimated.
No. I'm not a big fan of that stuff.
Yeah.
My word was way just as dark, but not as depressing.
Darker.
Iagengru.
A what?
Iagengru.
What?
Iagengru.
Define it, please. Could you use it in a sentence?
Yes, it is the what happens to your eyes when you're in a bright room and you hit the light switch, and it goes black, and there's that gray pall that falls over everything before it goes completely black.
Yeah, like a flashback.
Yes, yeah, Iagengru.
Oh wow, you must have come up in your research.
It did.
Oh, because we're
And
gonna
I
talk
thought
about
that's cool because it's like a gray wall you see in front of you. It's like a flash, and then it turns dark again. But thought that was interesting.
On Call of Duty, they had the flashbangs, and I've never been flashbanged, so I don't know how it feels.
Are you winking for the teenagers who often have flash moms to show up at your house and give you what's referred to as a flash bang? Is that going to be a thing in the future?
Oh, I hope so. That'd be weird.
We're all going to meet up at so-and-so's house.
We're going to flash bang him.
Just
it's like a
sounds pretty
surprise
awful.
party.
It's like a surprise party, but it's a ring.
Inappropriately sexual. Oh
Oh my
boy.
goodness. Oh boy.
I hope that's coined. Oh, I better
I
come up.
hope it is.
Hashtag groping. Uh, inappropriate
Oh, that's
touching.
good.
Oh man. So, but I wonder, like the video game producers, like, did they just guess, or were they actually flashbanged and like put that into a video game? It's like this is entirely accurate because I was flashbanged.
I think any of those army games, they call in army experts because then they have to do. Can you imagine if they made the MP5 wrong and a million nerds across the world were like, that's not where
It's 36 bullets.
MP5 Yeah. Or like, the muzzle doesn't look like that. Can you imagine? You know, the people that whack off the guns, you know,
Yeah.
they'd be freaking out right then. For the record, if you were donating money and you whack off the guns, that's cool. If you're not donating money and you whack off the gun, you're kind of weird.
Yep. Shooting blanks. So, would you like to talk about colors?
Oh, it hit me like a wall of sound, but it was a wall of visualization.
Oh, that's a synesthesia right there.
Oh boy.
Man.
Wow.
Huh.
What is color?
What is color? The color is a photon, so it's like a wavelength of light.
No, that's light.
Yeah, that is light. So different wavelengths give you different colors.
Yeah, but what's color?
If you were like the scientific, the one that I've always heard in the physics class is that the colors that you see are the opposite of what you're actually like the item contains. It's like the reflection of a color.
Right, the reflection. What color, what frequency is reflected off of the item?
Yeah, because everything else was absorbed.
Here's a real crazy question. What is it about all strawberries that they reflect red light?
Pigment.
Are they coated? Are they? And that pigment, it always reflects that light. Like why? I have no idea. I didn't get that far.
I don't know where you're going, but keep on going because I don't.
No, I'm really curious. I just thought of it because I did my research and I didn't come across this. And every strawberry is like born with like these pigments, and all of these pigments are inherently reflect the red light, whatever this pigment is, red pigment, I guess we would call it.
It might be like for birds to eat their seeds so that they spread, like a certain type of bird is associated with a certain
I guess. Well, my question becomes, do all red pigments always reflect red light? And is there a signifier on them? Like, how does one reflect certain lights but not others? What is the reflecting light process? Does anyone know?
I do not know this one. It's a question for our future clarifications.
I guess so. We'll get into it.
Oh, nice. I hope
Like,
you
what
have
happens
an
on the
answer.
I hope so. What happens on the microscopic level? I can't figure it out. Is it the shape of the object so that only the frequency goes in there and bounces off at a different angle? I don't know.
I don't know. They do that like the experiment with the slit that like splits
Yeah.
all the light. Maybe there's certain
Right.
size splits or atoms or shapes that only bounce back certain colors, or
Okay.
other
That's
colors
possible.
are able to bounce
I
through.
guess because it's a frequency, right? So
Yeah, maybe.
it's too big or too small for other frequencies. Weird.
Yeah.
Well, before we get too deep into color, which we just did,
Hmm.
without giving any answers,
Sure.
do you know what the favorite color is? If they did a study in 2009 on like a hex something, hex I guess for color, like the hex code.
Oh, like the favorite color picked on like a website?
Well, they did the study, so I don't know what their qualifications were in 2009 or how accurate it was, but I did like the results. The favorite color is, drum roll,
Are they green, blue, or pink?
it's blue.
It's blue.
And it is 40%.
It's probably because
You
it
know-
wakes you up. That's like one of the most vibrant colors.
Not according to my research.
We're talking about violet,
Oh, well, no. Well, do you know what the least favorite color is?
chartreuse.
Purple.
Oh, purple,
They
really?
didn't get that deep. They didn't do every subcolor. Yeah, I enjoyed ocean blue, but robin's egg blue was
Cerulean,
down on my list.
Yeah.
So they just did the primary colors, and purple came in last, blue came in first. But that's odd. They're like the same color practically.
I think purple has too much energy, so people they can't look at it purposely purple.
Didn't we discuss this in the last actual episode, or while we were playing together?
Well, a lot of video
Destiny
games,
had
like mobile
a lot of
games,
purple.
yeah.
Yeah, purple's a nice one to pick.
Because a little flash of purple wakes you up because it's got the most energy in it.
Hmm. Well, what I found the best description of color was, um,
Please be poetic.
I was trying to, but like the definitions all had the word color in them for color,
Hmm.
and then colors, so that people.
Is it funny that like colors aren't? There's no simple way to describe what a color is. It gets like immediately scientific. It's like photons and wavelengths and like
Right, but
reflections.
even then, I feel like we didn't get a real answer.
It's true. Like we don't even understand it really.
And I know we went into this thinking, um, how is my red your red, like that type thing, that whole big argument.
It's the same thing my mom always says. Like the green that she sees is my like light green, like bluish color, and it's we always argue like no, this folder is this color.
Well, across, so you would always think blood is red, which is the same color as a strawberry, which you said, which is red.
Depends. Blood is a terrible
Jesus,
example because it's blue. That's not at certain times.
Jesus Christ, outside of your body. If I cut myself and we all saw the color, we would all say that's the color red.
After it gets oxygenated, yes.
Jesus Christ, yeah, when it's out of your body.
I don't know. You've never seen mass amounts of blood.
Look, we all see this part of this thing right here. It's red,
Like,
right?
let me prove it to you. I'll just.
Jesus Christ. I wish.
Lots of
This
blood.
is red, right? This is what we're
Sure,
getting at.
sure. Red. Keep going.
We all see it, but my brain might be seeing what your brain sees as blue
No.
or green. Why not?
I don't think it. I don't know if it works that way.
It does. No one knows what the hell my brain is actually seeing. All I know is it's consistent across the board. This is the same color as blood. It's the same color as strawberries. It's the same color as all these other things. Whether it's the color you're seeing or not is the argument. It's
For people that are,
colors. Colorblind?
yeah, I would say colorblind or color limited. It's like their spectrum is shifted, or it's. I guess if it's shifted, it could be the different color, but most of the time it's like shrunken.
Don't they usually have one damaged cone or whatever? One of their color cone receptors is not working quite as well.
I thought it was a lack of color cone, but it could be a lot of different things. I mean, it could be a mix.
Mm.
Trying to find that. What's the name of the glasses? There's the name of the glasses. Oh, there you go. And
I'm not
chroma
sure.
glasses. You know what those are?
Oh, color fixing glasses. I don't know.
Yeah. So people that are
Okay.
colorblind in a certain way, they can put on these glasses and then it like spreads out the spectrum. So I guess it blocks the other colors that would make them see gray, and it only gives them a
Right.
little window that then spreads out, and they can see colors again wearing these glasses.
Hmm.
I've seen like YouTube videos of people walking around like a Home Depot and being like, they start laughing because the colors are so ridiculous. Like oranges and purples, they're like, this color doesn't. This is ridiculous. Like this can't be. This can't be a color. And like, yeah, it is. Like,
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Well, it does remind me.
what do you mean, be?
It reminded me. So I played hockey with one of my best friends, Dan. Not the weird one, and not this one. A third Dan in college.
The other day.
Yeah, the other Dan. Third Dan.
Second shooter.
And I played hockey with him for like 2 years, and he was one of my best friends. We used to drive to hockey together. We started taking classes together. We would do lunch together. We would get drunk together. Like we were best buds. So it's like a year and a half, 2 years later, and we're playing City Group or something, and their uniforms were green, green and black. In our uniforms, we were the drunken clams. We were red and black, and we had the drunken clam symbol.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, we were always in line together too. Like we were like best buds. Like you know,
I knew he
he,
was colorblind.
yeah. And he goes, it's just so hard to tell everybody apart. And I was like, dude, it's bright green and bright red. And he's like, yeah, I'm colorblind. And I was like, like one of those things where your whole life flashes before your eyes. I was like, I never knew. And it did strike me as odd that he always dressed like an a-hole, but I dressed like an a-hole. And I was like, oh my God, maybe he didn't know.
That is kind of
Anyway, I thought that was crazy. And I was like, So all you see, and then I would like start asking him all these questions. I was like, what do you see here? And he's like, it just was kind of like gray or red or, and then he would like mumble off, and I was like, wow. But playing sports became like a chore. Like, you know what I mean? That's tough.
I have had, so like, jerseys sometimes look the same. Like, you'll have like the one guy who wears a different jersey, and then you're just like,
Well, that's, people wearing different jerseys during a game. That's ridiculous. That should be outlawed.
yeah. Or they wear like pants or like a helmet that's like the same color as yours, and you see that glimpse of color, and you think it's your own teammate.
I have a red hockey helmet.
And do they pass the puck to you? You get more interceptions.
No, it's like the most recognizable color. So I guess like no one wants to pass to me.
I'm gonna avoid that jackass.
Yeah. I think my sister got it for me in Canada as like a joke, because it was like $10 because no one wanted a red helmet. It was like in the whatever
size
pile. Oh no, this is a big dome. But yeah, I started wearing it with my green outfit, with my orange outfit. Like, it didn't matter what color my uniform was. I was wearing my red helmet just to be an a-hole.
You ever wonder what percentage of the population is, like, males have a higher percentage of being colorblind than females?
They do, because the color receptors are on the X chromosome? Or... Yeah, I do know that. Yeah. I read it was 1%. Is it true?
For females, less than 1%.
Oh, okay, what is it for males? Maybe it...
I didn't look at the source to tell that this is real. It was like, it was like a 5%.
That makes sense, because
5 or 8%.
If I read for people it's 1%, then 20.2% for females, and then 5% for males would equal almost 1%, right?
I have no idea what your math is. 20%. What are you talking about?
0.2%.
0.2%. Point is the point.
You said less than You said less than 1% of females, right?
Yeah.
Could be 2%.
Mm-hmm.
You add it with the males, which would be 5%, and then you divide by 2 is what?
Too high for one.
Whatever, dude.
But that, I mean, I think it's kind of weird that a male would be, like, if you think about okay, so there's, I heard the story on I'll say Joe Rogan's podcast. He's talking about.
This guy loves the Joe Rogan podcast.
I've been listening to it.
I think he's going to leave my podcast for that podcast.
If he asked us to interview, I would do it. I'm not gonna.
Just us? Us?
You mean me?
Or you?
I would do it.
Hey, I'm Joe Rogan. I just want someone from Texas area named Dan in a podcast. Can't bring their other podcast, mate.
Not allowed. 2 at a time.
I need to do it Monday and Thursday. Oh, yeah, something came up. You wouldn't even tell me who it was. You'd be like, I'm busy. I'm just real busy. I'll tell you later.
Nick. Becoming famous. But he was talking about moths, and he's talking about how, like, genetic diversity. So, in London, they had this one type of moth that was white.
Yeah, the smog. Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, and the smog started to cover the trees, which they would hide on in the smut. I mean, smut.
Smog.
Smog. No, what's the residue left by smog? It's not smut, but
soot.
Soot. That's what it is.
Smog and soot. Smut. The old smut tree. You could just walk up to that tree and put on one of Pappy's old Playboys and smut that tree.
Yeah.
Just a tree covered in pornography.
So those smut trees used to be white.
And then racial diversity got in there, and we're just...
And then the smog came in. And then
it's very diverse.
Yeah. So it made them...
made them open their eyes, that's for sure.
Yeah. It deposited the dirt on the tree and made it gray. So these moths didn't have anywhere to hide, so the white moths got eaten by all the birds. But in their own, like, biodiversity, there were some that were already gray. So, like, they had already evolved into a different type of moth. So then that gray moth existed as that moth from then on, because it was different than all the other moths.
It was the only one that survived, and it had lots and lots of moth plow time.
Yeah.
Essentially, right?
You'd be the only male moth in like a...
Oh, yeah.
Time for a flashbang.
So there was something interesting. I really thought you'd come across it. You didn't.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
Maybe. Did you hear monkeys can see the blue cone of vision and the green cone of vision, which allows them for most of the middle light sensations. I think it goes from like yellow to green to blue to purple. They can say
red, orange, yellow, green, blue.
red and orange. Red and orange are ripped off. They don't get red and orange.
Too low.
Right.
So in the whole spectrum of like gamma rays, X rays, UV, that are normal.
They get even less than us. Less than us.
So they can't see anything. Okay.
They see less than us. There's like reds and there's another color in orange. I forget what the other color was. Anyway,
Yellow?
I think they can kind of see yellow. Regardless, there's colors they can't see. It's less colors than we can see. It's like 4 colors they can see.
Okay.
They did an experiment in 2009 where they injected a virus into these monkeys. It was a man-made virus. I thought this was crazy for 2009. The virus would then attack things in their eyes, their cones, and it would implant a red gene into the green cones. They were trying to see if they could change the vision.
So it took away the middle range and just gave them reds and blues.
Well, not all of them. It would only attack some of their eye cones.
Oh.
So that now they had like these extra cones that were working for red, which they had never had before. And the reason they could tell it worked, it literally worked, is they would do this experiment with a red dot on a gray background, and the monkeys wouldn't be able to see it. But the monkeys they infected, after a few weeks, they would show them the red dot, and the monkey would be able to track it and find it.
Cool.
So, that's insane that they said that the monkey's brain didn't have to do anything mentally new. It was already wired to see it. It just didn't have the physical capabilities for it. They were very surprised. They were like, it just picked up like it was a whole new color. They just added a color in, and the monkey was like, okay, I can see a new color. So then they thought, maybe this will be able to help people who are colorblind, people who have colorblind issues, and they think they might be able to add UV cones to the human eye.
Open
and
up
how
the spectrum,
badass would that be? Huh? How badass would it be?
What would you see? Like, that's the craziest thing, is like you don't know what you would see.
Would that mean like nighttime would look cool as shit? Well, what's ultraviolet? I'm trying to...
Motel rooms would become very creepy all of a sudden. It'd be like looking at like a UV light on like a...
Yeah, but wouldn't you see it everywhere?
Oh, God. You'd be like...
At all times? You can see
like,
where it is.
Please sit down, and you'd be like, oh.
Oh, no. Yeah. Help the homeless.
Public
Here
places?
we are in this homeless
No.
bench.
Subways.
Yeah.
Buses.
I don't know.
That'd be a whole new phobia. You wouldn't be able to...
Live?
Yeah.
You know what that is, right? Chromophobia. It's a fear of colors or a certain color.
Is that even
In
possible?
your case, yeah. Oftentimes it's associated with a traumatic event, though. Like if you were raped by a red clown, you probably would.
Watch somebody bleed out and be covered in red.
I guess so. I don't know. Or in your case, blood isn't always red. You gotta wait till the oxygen hits it. I know, but no one. By the time you see it, who's looking at blue blood? Where do you see blue blood? Are you cutting people open and right before the oxygen hits you?
YouTube. I can't.
No, I'm not doing it. Whatever it is, you can plug it. I don't care.
Lots of blood, because I've never watched a video. I've just heard this.
Real quick, speaking of plugs, something came in this week.
Oh, really?
So I got my brand new Pixel XL2. It's gorgeous. It's got a 6-inch visual. No one can even... I can't even explain how beautiful.
The light reflecting off of your eyes.
Hold on.
It's a nice shape.
This is the front of it. It's great. It's very... Watch your language. I know where you're going with that.
Edge touch?
It has... Oh, look, I can see.
Oh, man, look at that. Oh, I love that.
That's creepy.
That's great.
I didn't know this was going to happen, guy.
Oh, yeah. Let me get
yeah, okay.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. Going on here.
Oh, boy.
Wow, this is fast.
Oh, man.
Anyway.
It's the best looking phone I've ever seen.
I love this phone. It's a gorgeous camera. Super crazy battery life. Usually I can kill a battery because I'm an internet loser. But this thing lasts forever. And it's gorgeous. It's not as blue as everyone says. That's bullcrap. Fingerprint sensor is awesome. It's awesome phone. So I went and got something for it. A D brand skin. They're the finest skins you can buy on the entire internet. Type in D brand skins. Use coupon code F yourself, but you have to spell it out. I'm not going to put it on the podcast. But anyway, use that
EMF?
coupon code. No. F word. F yourself.
Okay.
And then at the end, put at unpanders.com. You'll get 1% off. But anyway, go there, tell them we sent you, and they get these skins that are like, it's like a whole...
Green on the back there?
I know. You started to see it. I was trying to... It's a teaser. I'm going to let you see it in the end.
Oh, man. Gee.
Hey, dude. That's the Google logo.
Does that even protect your phone at all?
No. I have a case for it, too. This just makes it look cool. Like, I have...
It's like a Zelda green. Link green.
Yeah. I like it, dude. It feels a little grippy. It's
Mutant
nice.
Ninja Turtles.
It keeps like the underneath safe from scratches and stuff, and like I guess whatever.
I mean, I have a.
Ooh, it's beautiful. That G is so awesome though. Like I love that. You know what I mean?
Comes with the G. That's nice.
Yeah, and you can pick what color anything is. Like I could have gotten whatever. I also have an orange thing and an orange G for when the Flyers are hot in the playoffs. I'm gonna switch that way up. Right now it's Eagles G. So get yourself a D brand today. Tell me Unpander sent you. Use coupon code F yourself at unpanders.com. You might be able to get 1% off. I haven't discussed all the logistics. Try it. Just give it a shot, folks. This thing's a beaut. So she's a beaut.
Are you planning to go to a game or a tailgate and you're going to whip out your phone and say, hey, let's check out the stats on, and then be like slowly show them the colors on the backside?
Whoa! Everyone pushing each other out of the way. I got to see that phone skin, man. That's what you hear at a lot of tailgates. But really, I do dig that phone skin. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I could pick whatever color. I could have picked white, metallic. They have wood. They have all different stupid stuff. But I just keep it black. Add a little accent color, a little green.
A little bit of pop.
Boom.
Pop, 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 pop,
pop. Pop that mic. I hope we pop the mic, folks. That's what we're trying to do when you hear us. So, it's back to colors, where we were.
Yeah, where we were. Hold on. You're gonna strip. You're stripping down.
As the episode goes. Huh. Check out my background, folks.
Look at those color blocks.
Oh, right there. Is that coincidence? I don't know anymore. I don't friggin' know anymore.
Excellent setup.
Colors everywhere I look. It's like colors. They're popping, man. I don't know what to do.
So my question is,
go for it.
In the past, like what are those blocks made of? Like what kind of color do you think? Like where do they get that color? Where does it come from?
Well, it's plastic. Is it a coating? I guess
some sort of dye. Like
but is it coating? It's like they make the block out of plastic, or is the whole block a red plastic?
The block is red, green, or blue, or yellow.
So it's in the plasticking process.
Yeah.
And it's probably dye. Yeah.
And I think the dyes come from like natural things. Like there's certain roots of trees and plants.
I think so. Now, is that what the numbers are? Like if they say red dye number 5 or whatever?
I think that probably does.
Because it's probably universal, right? Mm-hmm. All red dye number 5 is made of the same basic ingredient, whatever it is, whether it's a tree root or whatever.
Yeah.
Clarification to people, but you know.
Well, like at certain points in history, they probably didn't have certain colors, right? Because they didn't have the materials to make that color.
Like Sherwin-Williams.
Sherwin-Williams, before Sherwin-Williams existed.
I mean, that's possible.
Like there's I remember going to, I think it was right outside the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican. Mm-hmm. They had, so they allowed you to walk through the halls, but they protected this one painting.
Ooh.
I guess it's a little mural of tiles on the floor because it was made of blue. And blue at the time was like extremely
illegal. It was illegal to use if you weren't a licensed painter.
Yeah. So
I know this. And do you know who they reserved it for?
Michelangelo.
Well, he was of course famous. Do you know he also had to be drawing a famous subject?
Oh, really?
You couldn't use blue for anything religious unless it was Jesus or Mary.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? That's why you see Mary's like blue as hell.
Yeah, she's the first person to use blue. People must have been like, wait
a second. She got so blue, that Mary. She's left and right, blueing. But seriously, that's why you got your allotment of blue for like a month, and you better use it for Mary or Jesus, because just put it on Peter's robe.
Fossils.
Put it on a random Roman in the background. Yeah, okay. Don't do it.
The interesting
But
thing
that
is that
wasn't.
it's
Go ahead.
difficult to get blue.
Is it still?
It's not like just like a thing that you can just like make.
Hmm.
It's actually made from, and this is Googling, silica, lime, copper, alkali, and then you heat it. You have to heat it to, I'm going to use the English units, almost 15,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Mm-mm.
So you have to get to a ridiculous
That's
level.
wrong. That's way wrong.
That's what it says.
15,000 or 1,500?
1,500. Sorry,
Okay. I believe 1,500. You said 15,000.
I did. Oh, I'm drunk.
That's
Absolved.
awesome. That's awesome. Absolved.
But yeah, like it combines a whole bunch of different things, and like the blues are extremely rare. Extremely
Interesting.
rare.
I knew they were rare. I didn't know why.
It's the same thing with purples, like royalty. They
Yeah.
would wear these like cloaks. I think it was the one of those like Persians. The
Makes
Persians
sense.
figured out that if you take certain crustacean shells and mash them up, and then do the same thing, you heat them up in a certain way in a certain fashion, you can get purple out of them. And then you could dye cloaks in purple, and then they give them to the royalty because it was so rare.
Only reserved it for royalty.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Makes sense,
Freaking
though.
royals, bastards.
Well, royals, blue bloods, it's all very fine and dandy, the blues, the purples of the spectrum.
Mhm.
Do you know there's actually two colors that make you hungry in combination?
Probably red.
And
Probably
think of every fast food logo you've ever seen.
yellow.
Yep, red and yellow.
Burger King. I was thinking of like ketchup
All
and
of them,
mustard.
dude. Wendy's, Burger King, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A. Who's Chick-fil-A?
Hmm.
All of them. I think Arby's might even be. Hardee's, I think, is.
Dairy Queen. They have
Dairy
red.
Queen is.
And Carl's Jr. I think has red in it, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's red and yellow. Yeah, I think they're all red and yellow, dude. Type in red and yellow fast food. Something. I don't know. Are they all there?
I mean, I just want to see a logo. That's all I'm going for.
Yeah, just type in red and yellow
Carl's
fast food
Jr. is a
logo.
bright yellow star with a
Yeah, see
red
that?
outline
Isn't
over
that weird?
white text. It's making me hungry.
But I never noticed that till today.
Mm. Why is
You
it?
look like you're getting hungry.
Yeah.
I have no
I could use a
idea.
burger
And I
right now.
actually, I don't believe it either, but I feel like if there's a 0.1 of a 0.1% chance, they might as well do it, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's interesting that it's the opposite side of the spectrum though, because like
Isn't that
playing
weird?
phone games, like the purples and the blues
Well,
and the
check
greens,
this out.
all wake
Right.
you up.
Well, check this out. Apparently, the first color you see is red because as your eyes are adjusting to the real world, it's the easiest wavelength because it's the
They say that for alarm
Shortest.
clocks. You know, alarm clocks are red because it doesn't mess
first
with
thing
your
you
vision.
see. Right.
Or in emergency situations, everything's red because your eyes can adjust quickly to a change in color.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. But that would also make sense why it's a food color because if it's your most primitive color plus the next color that contrasts that color. Because red and orange wouldn't contrast much, but red and yellow does.
Hmm.
And they're your first three colors, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Would you, Viv? I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting. Weird.
Oh, strange.
We're just discovering things left and right. But did you know, unlike what you're saying, well, not unlike what you're saying, they found that blue results mostly in a calm state of mind in most people?
Like a focused state of
Could
mind.
be. I was going with calm for a reason. And red, orange, and yellow are usually associated with excitement.
So, like, where in nature do you find these colors? Is the real
Well,
question.
that's why they say it's done this way. They think it has to do with the night-day life cycle.
Mm-hmm.
That our color receptors started way back, like before humans and our eyes and all that. Like it was just animals and creatures and anything with any kind of visual stimulant
Yeah.
would notice the difference between night or a time of dormancy and calm and day, a time when life would happen. Did you know most plants and things tend to photosynthesize better in yellow light? They just do. It's when they're more active.
Huh.
Interesting. Just interesting stuff. And what it does is in humans, it binds to something called melanopsin in our bodies.
Melanopsin, like melatonin?
Mela, like I guess sun recepting, sin,
Who knows?
penis. Anyway, but it these all once it hits the melanopsin, it breaks it down into what colors, I guess the active colors and non-active colors, and it affects our circadian rhythm. Like it has nothing to do with our feelings or anything. And like be like, man, this makes me feel awake. It literally bypasses everything, and it actually affects the way you feel awake, alive, asleep, dead, tired, all that stuff. I thought it was interesting.
That's like almost every video game. Like Clash of Clans does it the worst, is that your background is all green and bright. So it wakes you up. Like I was playing it last night a little bit, and I was like, man, I'm having a hard time going to sleep. So it flashes all the greens like a white cloud. Like it was like almost as bad as looking at like a bright blue sky, thinking it was middle of the day.
That's what Vegas does, doesn't it? Pumps in all that light and sound.
Yeah.
That's no idea.
Yeah. What was that? Is it Paris Hotel? The one that has I forget what it was called. But they have like the skylight that makes it so it looks like it's daylight.
Oh, interesting. No, that makes sense though.
Or like the neons. A lot of the neons like wake you up.
Well, here's an interesting fact that doesn't have as much to do with color so much as the English spelling of the word color.
I always trust the ones that are with the U.
It's all English, all British. Do you know why we have different spelling than them in these words?
I do not.
Honor, color. Did a little digging.
Oh.
My friend Mr. Webster had everything to do with it.
Really?
Did. It started with the word color. I love calling it color when I see the U in it because that's how British people should say it. What color do you think it is, eh, mate? I'm not sure if that's good British. It could be. Let's see. He claimed that by taking the U out of a lot of these words, he could save Americans dollars at the printing press.
Oh, that's
so he was taking out, right? He said it would cut down on 1/16 of a 16th.
1/6?
1/6 of it.
Of color. 6 letters in
Well,
color.
he was going with overall, typing all these words. What's really interesting is we accepted it. So we think. He did it with like 20 or 30 words. There are words he suggested we do it with that were not accepted. Like he tried it. It took him 28 years to write the first dictionary, which I think is ridiculous.
Wow, that's
it's just
28 years of your life writing a dictionary?
Well, he damn well may better get his name on the damn thing then at that point for the next 100 years. You know what I mean? At least.
You know, there's like a competitor there that's just like, I'm not going to waste 20
Merriam's? Who's Merriam's? Bump it in there all.
She took half.
Maybe, dude. Maybe. I didn't get that far. Anyway, what's real funny is he tried to take the E out of the end of a lot of words. Like doctrine, take that E out. Discipline, take the E out. Medicine, take the E out. It looks so funny without it. The funniest one I thought was he wanted ache, like you have an ache and pain, A-C-H-E. He was like, spell it A-K-E. And they were like, yeah, no. Huh. Another one was tongue. You know, we spelled tongue. Yeah. He was like, get rid of all the letters, just T-U-N-G. That's a good idea.
A lot of like the Asian countries use that kind of abbreviated.
Logic, right? Yeah. That's what I would think. He spelled women W-I-M-M-E-N.
No.
Hold on. Well, it's more letters that way too. Yeah, what the hell is he talking about? He cut out the A in weather. I would have been cool with that.
But that would There's wet her is a.
Oh, that's a thing.
It's a castrated bull, I think.
Ooh, so I would have been cool with that. Yes, some castrate that bull, fam. So the last one I saw, which made me laugh, and I don't know why. I don't even know why. He wanted us to change the spelling of soup. S-O-O-P, baby.
Soup. But then why would you change? That seems like it takes more ink.
Dude, he didn't. Most of it was ink related. Some of it was maybe, they said it was political.
Well, he spent 28 years making a dictionary. He's probably like very particular about certain words. Like, I just don't like.
And they said it was very political too. Like, had to do with the climate at the time, which I didn't do that kind of research. But you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, really, yeah, man, I get you.
I guess words become like people. Like, Josh. Like, who? People like Josh.
gosh. Oh, you broke his back,
Soup.
didn't you?
It was a
Soup.
soup.
Ooh, soup. That's a U. I think he just hated the U. You know what I mean? Or really?
Just tries to cut out the alphabet. There's some useless letters like an X could probably get rid of. We could probably get rid of Z's.
We throw it in like xenophobe, xenophile,
Things we don't
xylophone,
like.
X-ray. It's like eight words.
Yeah. Like, why do we even need that at that point?
I don't know.
Huh. Pretty interesting there.
Not to leave color because I think we had a great episode, but I have a sad story about a friend of mine,
Oh, no.
Dildan,
Mm.
friend of the podcast.
Yep.
He's been getting real big into anime.
Has he now?
Oh, totally big. He's trying to tell me over the phone. I don't even know what half these things are. Manga, hentai. There's something called vor he's into now.
So what are the differences between those?
I don't know. I really didn't do the research for the podcast. I'm afraid my search history will be flagged. I don't even know. Anyway, it gets a little weird. So he's not supposed to look at this. His girlfriend, whatever, doesn't. She frowns on this sort of stuff. I get it. I would too. It's kind of weird. Well, in this culture, he wants physical copies instead of digital copies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can't get them sent to his house. She'll find it. That's ridiculous. So he got a bunch of magazines, DVDs, and stuff sent to his parents' house, where he can pick it up once a week, whatever. I don't know. No big deal, except that his dad has the same first name as him. So he got this Sailor Moon. Let me see if I get this right. High School Full Moon Cheer Squad. It's like Sailor Moon, but a pornography version. If I follow correctly.
Wow.
He says it's real embarrassing. He got it sent to their house, and his dad thought it was his, and opened it. Just say, woo, fireworks going off.
He didn't get him back, did he?
No. He got him back with a cease and desist from his own parents. Dildan's not welcome at home anymore. Well, folks.
Please stop sending us.
Don't want to touch that one with a pole. So we're hoping the best for Lil Dan. We'll do anything to help him accept any physical packages.
Yeah.
That's a no-go from me, boss.
Yeah. And you know his girlfriend isn't going to get any physical packages either.
Clearly not.
Yeah.
Clearly
He's
not.
going to find his own way.
He's going to find his own way. I think that was the plan the whole time, honestly.
Life will find a way. To quote a famous movie.
Oh, I love quoting JP. I love that movie. And real quick, kind of to bring us to full closure, we do quotes from the ether.
Yeah.
On our last, I think it was like 3 episodes ago.
Talk about.
Comment.
Talk about him.
No, I mean.
Did he do it again?
No. This is someone entirely different. Which, hey, we applaud anyone who wants to check out the website. You want to post in our comments. Sure. We'll address anything and anything. Nothing's off limits.
Give us a topic.
We respect all people, all opinions, and we're here to listen to it. So, from Kev420 Nugs with a Z. Hey, this channel is for redacted F word, another word for gay people we don't use here. If you came here for some real fine redacted, this is a word for vagina we don't use here, it begins with a P.
Yep,
come over to my channel, and there's a link here. I'm not going to say the link because I don't want to lose any traffic.
Is it tiny URL?
It's a URL. We have to click on it to find out. I mean, if anyone wanted to click on it, that's fine with us. We're equal opportunists here.
Yeah.
But we'd like to say to Kev420 Nugs, why don't you give our episode a couple more shots? Maybe check a couple more. Maybe you like it.
You might just enjoy it.
That's all I'm saying, Kev420 Nugs. I don't know.
Yeah. Send me the link. I'll take a look at it on my special computer.
Yeah, that wraps it up.
Yeah, I think that's about it. You can check us out on the social. We have a Patreon. We have a website up there on panders.com.
We got it all. We might as well use it all.
Yeah, we have Twitter, Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
website. Pretty much, we have it covered. We have MySpace too.
Mm.
MySpace. We're coming back from the past, right into the future.
Mm.
Ah, MySpace. So, I think that pretty much wraps it up. The only thing we didn't talk about was why people have different skin color, which is controversial, but only has to do with vitamin D.
Yeah, I didn't think it was controversial.
Yeah, it's really simple actually.
Hmm.
And that's all I had to say.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Dan. You broke it down for us. Nice plug.
Yeah.
Good plug.
But, folks,
Hmm.
we do like you.
I like you, folks.
We
and Dan, we like you.
A lot.
We like you a lot.
Thanks for listening.
A lot.